Hey guys, what's going on? My name is Joe and welcome to a video about the Abominable Cosmetic collection case. Now, if you don't know what this is, it's the brand new cosmetic case that was added in the Jungle Inferno update. And what I'm going to be doing is essentially just showing you each of the cosmetics and giving my personal opinions on them. I recently unboxed 5 of them and you can check that out on my channel. It was a previous video to this one. And unfortunately, Team Fortress 2 is broken. When you go to inspect an item from the Steam market, long story short, nothing happens. So we're going to be doing it on the loadout.tf website. So I guess we could just get straight into it. So I'll see you guys there. So guys, the first item from the crate is going to be the Firemen Essentials, and what this is, as you can see, is just a backpack for the pyro. It's this like gas canister. It almost looks like a fire. Well, it's a fire extinguisher. It is a fire extinguisher with an axe on the other side. So it's like safety precautions for when there's fire. I think it's quite a cool item and like quite a cool play on the whole pyro fire theme. However, it's just so basic. Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't know, I think this will be really cheap and it's going to be really hard to fit into loadouts. That's just my opinions on it, however. But, pretty cool cosmetic. Let's go on to the next one. So this next one is actually one that I unboxed and it's for the engineer, and this is called the Croaking Utility Idol. Apologies if I pronounce it wrong. Conagers. I'm really not too sure, but it's this like little side belt for the engineer. It's this like Indiana Jones style whip with a golden statue of, it kind of looks like a mini engineer type thing made out of gold. Now, although this is really cool and the gold color looks absolutely awesome and it just looks really good, it's like, it's the cheapest item there, basically, and it really doesn't sell for too much. And it's, again, it's really hard to fit into loadouts. It's just so, like, out the way, you know? But that's just my opinions on it. Really nothing special, however, I do like the colours and how the gold bit stands out. Now, this next one is actually an all-class hat. This is the Pithy Professional, and I unboxed this as well. It's an all-class hat. I thought it was a sniper exclusive. It's just this kind of like, as you can see, this kind of like, I'm not really too sure how I'd describe it. It looks like a kind of safari style hat. I'll also show you it on the medic as well, just because I think it looks pretty good on the medic. But it literally is all class. Wow, the medic didn't spawn in then, that's creepy. Yeah, it's like, it's really cool, it's really basic, it's pretty cheap as well as far as I'm aware. However, I really like how it looks. I love the colours. I think the white hat with the red ribbon around it looks absolutely awesome. And you could fit this into a lot of loadouts, I mean, especially more military themed ones. I think this is a really cool cosmetic. So this next one is also for the sniper, and this is going to be the Classy Kappa. And I actually said in the video of the Jungle Inferno before the update came out, I thought this hat would look a lot like the Charmer's Chapeau for the spy, and I mean it does. It's this kind of like fancy hat for the spy that tilts up on the right hand side, and it's got a little feather poking out of it. I think this is really cool. It's going to go great with a lot of cosmetics. And once again, I mean, you can't fault it. It's a really nice looking hat, and if you combo it with like other sniper cosmetics, it'll just look really good. So I really like how this hat looks, and it's quite a nice blue, honestly. All of these ones are blue, by the way, blue grade, sort of blue tier. Once again, we've got another sniper cosmetic. This time is a beard, and I'll zoom in on it for you now. It's another beard cosmetic for the sniper. I believe it's sniper exclusive. Yeah, I'm like 99% sure it is sniper exclusive. Okay, let's go back to the sniper. So it's just like these kind of like mutton chops that join into a mustache and an empty beard region. I mean, the sniper's already got a fair amount of beard cosmetics, so I can't imagine this being overly popular, especially because it isn't too noticeable in comparison to things like the 5-month shadow, and there's another one that's like a really long beard. I've completely forgotten what it's called, but this doesn't stand out too much in my opinion. But either way, pretty cool looking cosmetic. I like the I mean, if you paint it, maybe it could be pretty cool. It is paintable, so maybe if you like whack some pink paint on it, there you go. Either way though, I think most of the existing beard cosmetics out there are already nicer, but nonetheless a pretty cool cosmetic. Now this next one is a Scout exclusive, and this is the Forest Footwear, and these actually go with the second item that I unboxed in my video, or is the 4th item, I think, or the 3rd. I don't really remember, but I actually unboxed the item these go with. This is the Forest Footwear. It's a Scout exclusive cosmetic, and it's these like boots that have got the steel toe caps and like a steel shin pad type thing. Really does fit in with the cosmetic we're going to be getting into later in the video. I mean, I really like how they look, but if you're not comboing it with the cosmetic it was made for, it's not gonna look great. I mean, it's you know, maybe on Demo Man it would look really good. You could combo it with a lot of cool, like, armor cosmetics, like metal, shielding and stuff like that. But, I mean, overall, it's, for the Scout, it really would struggle to fit into a lot of loadouts. Now, this next one is a soldier cosmetic that I actually unboxed. This is going to be the Helmet. Now, the Helmet is very, very similar to the soldier's stash in that it's a cosmetic. I mean, it's a hat, I believe. I'm fairly certain it's a hat and not a mask. But it's this, like, camouflaged helmet with 3 bullets tied into one side, and if I can zoom in on that, a pack of gun oil, I think, packed into the other side. So very similar to the soldier's stash, where he's got stuff strapped into each side of his head. However, it's bullets and gun oil, I think that is. But either way, a pretty cool cosmetic. I love how the helmet has this, like, subtle camouflage pattern on it. I think that's really cool. And I mean, in unusual form, I can imagine this being, like, between low and mid tier, honestly. Now we've got another soldier exclusive cosmetic, being the attack packs, and this is a cosmetic that acts kind of like as a I'm not really too sure what I'll describe this as, but it's essentially like it goes around the shoulders of the soldier like a backpack would. However, it comes down into this utility belt with a bunch of little pockets and stuff on. Pretty cool. Again, it kind of fits with, it actually goes really well with this hat that we were talking about previously, the Helmet. These cosmetics do go well together because it's this, like, green camouflage theme, and it kind of goes with this more serious military loadout. However, with other cosmetics in the game that maybe are less serious and more impractical, it probably wouldn't look as good. Now, this one is actually a really, really cool soldier cosmetic. Now, if I can take off the Helmet, yeah, it kind of reminds me of the ground control, but, I mean, I prefer it to the ground control. This is going to be the Nuke, and it's this, like, I'm not really too sure what hairstyle I'd call this, but it's just, like, a generic kind of, like, old military-style haircut with these sunglasses as well. I just think it looks so amazing, dude. Like, this is such a cool hat, and considering this is a blue as well, we're still in the blues. Like, this is gonna be good. Like, when this gets unboxed in unusual form, I can't imagine it being too expensive because it's only a blue. However, like, I mean, it's probably the nicest blue in the collection and probably one of the nicest hats. I mean, I really like this, and I can imagine this looking so good with certain cosmetics. But either way, that's the Nuke, probably one of my favourite hats. As you can see, it's also paintable. You can change the hair colour, so we can give him pink hair, we can give him lime hair. The possibilities are endless, lads. So that is the Nuke. On to the last blue of the collection before we get into the commando grade. So this last one is a sniper cosmetic. There seems to be quite a few of these, and this is the Bait and Bite. It is kind of pouch for the sniper that has a dead fish hanging out of it, and does the fish have its own, like, wobble physics? That'd be pretty cool. But yeah, if you zoom in, it's got a few fishing hooks. It's this, like, survival kind of theme that you can kind of get from that. And yeah, it's just this, like, dead fish on a fishing hook and a few more fishing hooks hanging out the side of it. Just a really nice looking cosmetic, but again, you have the issue that a lot of these cosmetics are running into. You can't have a dead fish in most of your loadouts. So that's a pretty big issue. But that's the last blue of the collection, guys. Let's go on to the commando grade. Now we have yet another sniper cosmetic, and this is going to be a really, really nice one. This is going to be the first commando grade cosmetic we're going to be taking a look at, and this is the Rifleman Regalia. I probably said that wrong, but either way, it's this, like, really formal kind of soldier, sniper, sorry, like, coat, and it's got this scarf, this, like, robe coming down the side, this golden engraved TF2 belt in the middle, and the sniper badge engraved on each side of the sleeve. This is amazing. I love this cosmetic so much. Like, I could just imagine making so many loadouts with this. I think this would go really well with hats like the trophy belt and stuff, like a really more formal kind of almost royal theme to this loadout. I think it's really cool. Definitely a really nice commando grade cosmetic there. And this next one is actually going to be an all class. I'm sure most of you know it as I unboxed it in the last video. This is the Croaking Hazard, and this is a little frog that just sits on the soldier of any class you put it on, and I think it's really cool. It's a pretty cute looking cosmetic. However, as with most sort of shoulder cosmetics, they don't really fit into most loadouts because they're not too noticeable, and it takes up a cosmetic slot which could be used for, like, a beard or a coat or a hat, so people tend not to use them, and I can imagine this going down in price by quite a bit. But I mean, it's pretty cute. It's a blood covered frog. What's not to love? Now this next one is actually one I unboxed, and when I was talking about it going with the shoes earlier, I've actually put on the shoes to show you guys how they look together. This is the transparent trousers, and as you can see, the theme of like the iron pads on the shin pad and the toes, and it continues up with these transparent trousers as you get a knee pad, a little knife slot, and another knee pad, and this silver belt. So this is like the two cosmetics that go really well together. I like it. It's a bit too subtle for my liking though. I think I'd stick with the breakneck baggies just because they stand out a little bit more. These are paintable however, so that'd be quite interesting to see. It only paints the little knee pad bits, like the belt and like the bits that tie around. So apart from that though, it's like a pretty subtle cosmetic and doesn't really stand out too much. But with the full loadout, it looks pretty good. I won't lie, it does look pretty good. Now this next one is a pyro cosmetic, and I love this. It's so subtle, but once you realise it's there, it's just amazing. So this actually goes in the eyes of the pyro, and it's called the Diamonds, the D-I-Mons, and it's literally like two diamonds where the eyes should be on the pyro. I think it's so cool. Like, it's such a subtle touch, and generally people don't really tend to notice it. However, when you like properly look at it, it looks really cool. And like, even though there's not a huge amount of like diamond cosmetics this could go with, I just love how this looks, dude. They're really reflective in the light as well. They change depending on how the light looks around them. It's just such an awesome cosmetic. It's so cool in my opinion, and they're actually paintable as well. You can change the kind of tint to them, so you can have like a lime tint on a pink on these red diamonds. But either way, that is the Diamonds. Let's move on to the last commando grade of the video. Now this next one is going to be an all-class cosmetic called the Hunter in Darkness, and initially I thought this was a Scout exclusive, but now I look at it, I can definitely understand that it is a multi-class, and it does look pretty decent on all classes. It's kind of like this backwards safari looking cap type thing with the Team Fortress badge on the front panel. However, it's got these goggles strapped around the front, and these headphones as well that have got like this like army kind of design on the ear region. It's just a pretty cool looking cosmetic. It's not too flashy, it is paintable, and it only paints the under layer, so like the under cap layer, I guess you could call it. And I mean, it's nice. It's just nothing special. It doesn't really scream out to me, you know. But once again, with the military theme of the soldier, so if we take off the Nuke and we put on the Hunter in Darkness, it actually goes pretty well with the attack packs. So it's a pretty cool looking cosmetic. It's just not too noticeable. It doesn't scream out anything to me. So pretty decent. Could be better. Now we have another engineer cosmetic, and this is going to be the first pink tier, or assassin grade I think it is, for the engineer. And this is going to be the Tropical Toad. And as you can see, it's literally a pouch with a massive toad sticking out the bottom of it. And that's really all it is. I mean, it's only engineer, it's not like a multi-class one. It's just a big toad stuck out the side of your engineer. So, I mean, it's pretty cool. It's a toad. That's all there is to say about it. I don't understand why this is like assassin grade, but it's pretty cool. It's literally a toad. I mean, put this with the croaking hazard, I guess you have a little amphibious type theme going on. But I mean, it's literally a toad. There's not a lot more I can say about it, guys. It's just a big toad stuck out of your engineer's pocket. Now this next one is a Scout cosmetic, and I was so excited when I saw this in the release trailer. I remember saying I really wanted to get this, and it is the second assassin grade from the crate, and it's the Jungle Jersey. And what it is this like a turtleneck jumper with a kind of leather type jacket over it. And I believe, yeah, the little wrist cuffs on it are paintable, which is a nice touch. But it's just so cool. Like, I can imagine this looking so great with certain cosmetics in the game. I mean, even in this set, you've got a pretty good one, but you'd be missing a hat. But either way, like, this is just so cool. I love the turtleneck jumper. I think that's a really awesome touch. And the jacket over the top is just really cool. It's a really informal, and the jumper underneath is really subtle as well because it's black. It doesn't stand out too much. I think if it was paintable, it'd be a bit... It wouldn't necessarily ruin it, but it would be a bit worse, in my opinion. But, definitely a really awesome cosmetic, and I'm going to need to pick this one up for the personal collection. Now this next one is a heavy exclusive cosmetic, and we actually saw this one on the SFM poster at the bottom of one of the days, and I said it looked really cool and I thought it would be elite grade or like a pretty high tier, and it was. It's the last assassin grade item in the case, and it's this like I mean, it's called the Aztec aggressor, and it's this kind of like, I guess it's the head of a snake or some sort of reptile, and it kind of gives you this like Egyptian vibe or Aztec vibe, and he's got this like golden septum piercing, this mini beard, and these like multicolored feathers poking out the top of the hat. I think it's so cool. The Heavy's facial expression right now is actually perfect with this hat. Nonetheless though, I think this is a really awesome hat, and I can imagine this going really well. It's actually paintable, and it just paints those plain feathers. So if you paint this Team Spirit and you're on the red team, you get 2 different shades of red poking out the back of the hat, which is pretty awesome. But nonetheless though, that is just about it for this cosmetic. Let's go into the 2 elite grades from the crate. So guys, the first one we're going to be looking at is actually an all-class cosmetic. Oh wait, no, it's multi-class. Okay, so it's only available for the Soldier, the Demo Man, the Heavy, the... Okay, so just those, the Heavy, the Soldier, and the Demo Man, and it's going to be the War Eagle. And the War Eagle is this big, like, bird head with these massive green leaves stuck out the top. And, I mean, that's all there is to it, really. It's really big, it's really loud, really noticeable. It's kind of comical in a way. I really like how it looks. In unusual tier, this is definitely going to be pretty expensive because it's multi-class, and it's elite grade. Like, there's not a huge amount you can ask for more. I think it's really cool. I definitely do. And even though it's very, very loud, it's definitely not a subtle cosmetic, and there's not a huge amount of other cosmetics you could put this with. I'm sure you could put together a pretty fun loadout with this cosmetic. And this last cosmetic is going to be an all-class cosmetic. This is an elite grade, the final elite grade from the crate, and it's the Quizzical Wet, I believe it's pronounced, and it's this kind of big bird that sits on the soldier or the shoulder of every single class, and it's kind of like the Archimedes. It's bigger, it's brighter, it's actually paintable as well. I'll show you what it looks like with different paints. It paints the chest region of the bird. It's really cool. I really do like it. Not sure if I'd say it's worthy of elite grade or not, but either way, a really cool cosmetic, and it's so awesome to see an all-class like bird cosmetic. I just think that's really cool for some reason. But guys, that's just about it for this video. Let me know your favourite cosmetic from the case down below, along with your opinions on this video. Please do remember to leave a like as well, and subscribe for more update related content. And yeah guys, thanks again for watching, and peace.